Welcome into the land of judgment. You've been skunked. A little tea? Getting ready for the video. I guess that's me. Filtered. What kind of tea? I don't know. I've been mixing it for 2 weeks now and just keep adding and adding and adding until the teapot is full. Then I'll drink a few more cups and I'll get the average diffusion of what the tea is cleaned out by the bags and filtered after. I filter it after. What I want to bring you into now is a bunch of thoughts before I walk down to the store. Something I've already done already. Tekiah is in the center. Shavurim is the 3 over here. 3 here or the 3 here because you do it more than once, Shavurim. Teruah is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Talking about Area 51. This is only one area. It's the area of I'm not sure what the name is. So anyways, the other thing I wanted to mention is, yes, the Soul Train. Absolutely. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 times 2 times 1 is 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. But when you multiply the 1 times 2, you still have 2. There's no addition, so 1 actually never even counted. It will count in 3 by 2 is 6, so you have 2 and 3 in ABC, which equals 6. 2 and 3 is 5. 1 and 2 is 3. Do you have 2 and 2? Yes, because you're going 1, 2, and then 2, 3. It's not what we're coming in here. The Soul Train. 123. 50 stars. 30 eggs. 43. Hot and cold. 34. 43. We have 43 presidents because one of the presidents was duplicated, which was Grover Cleveland at 22 and 24. 44 becomes 43 cold. Hot, I think it is. Yes, hot, because 15 for 0, 20 for T, 2015, hot. 43 for hot. 34 for cold. Barack Obama, JFK. 77 is the Christ. Mass, Uncle Sam or Mass is 33. Command and create. Number 33, community chest. 123 times time, eternal time for Mary. We'll get into that in the next video. But right now the Soul Train says 43. But not only 43, it's 80 plus 34, 114. When JFK became president, he represented the arm of Abraham. The arm of Abraham stretches out to Jacob and ends up 43 terminologies, 9 presidents later, the birth of the house of Jacob. Barack Obama, 9 from 34, 114. 114, let me say this again. The reason for this calculation, I'm going to try and get a marker so I can write side backwards or sideways. So what happens is there's 50 stars. We can go for 47 time. We can go for 40, 39, 40, 41 to go around the Monopoly board. So I can use anything I want to get to the end of time ABC. But I'm going to use 50 stars, 30 eggs, okay, which is 2.5 dozen. And now at Walmart, they're selling 30 eggs. That's 80. If I multiply 80 by 47, I get 3,200, and 560 is 3,760. 3,760 is the switch of the Julian calendar in my head versus the Hebrew calendar, 3,760. That's when Jesus is born, -2. He's born before, not after. After comes whoever's born 2 years after. Who was born 2 years after? He was born before. But in the Hebrew calendar, okay, it would actually be 3758, but it's 3757 because he's first born on the moon. It's because it's 3 years before the next calendar starts, because once you get to the 0 and start at 0, you have to complete 1 year before it's a year. Just to get to the center of this. Okay, so this would be, I'm working on 3757. I'll explain that another time. He's -3. Jesus is -3. One spirit with the 2 beta, and you got your -3. 3757. Okay, 3757. Now we're in 5775. Instead of being at the 3, we're now at the 5. Because the 3 is before, the 5 is after. Actually, it's the 7. But the 5 is the heart of the 7, which is the 3 is the heart of the 5 and the 1. The record player. So 50 times 47 is 2350. Moses is born. We can go to Moses. We can go to Noah. Know who? Noah? I know him too. $50, $47, $97, 9 and 7. 0 equals 6 will equal 103. That'll be Mercury. 52 Earth, 51 Mars, connects to Mercury again. 2356 is 2 times 3. 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6. 2, 3, 5, 6 from BC, 2 and 3, number 23. 50 times 47 is 2035. Is that what I just said? 2035. 50 times 40 is 2000. 50 times 7 is 350. 2,350. Oh, that's the one we just did. 30 times 47 is 1200. And 30 by 7 is 210, is 1410. 10-4, next week is the day of 10-4. Time of Christ comes next week, October 4th. According just to these numbers, it means nothing about next week. But if it happens next week, then the numbers are pill on. Because it's 5775, the replica of Jesus next week on October 4th. 123 times 47 equals to 5781. But because it's not 82, take away 6. Or take away 6. Why? Because this is the final result. When we do things, we need to know you're in the room. We're on the green. The flag is 16 feet into the green, 18 from the left, 14 from the right, 19 from the backside, 32 feet long by 26 feet wide. That's where the flag is. I'll be blind and I'll putt. If I can imagine that line in my head, I'll just putt. So you need the middle of the totality when you spin around. You need the room for your arms. And you know, once you have the room for your arms and your legs to do whatever that has to be done based on how we were made to do it, is that. So we go 1, 2, 3. Now if we go 43 times 47, it works out to the same thing. It's 2021. This one becomes 81. This one becomes 21. 60 in between for the time of man. 60 becomes 66, which becomes 36. And 12 is 48. And that's a section of space we are in right now, 4 and 8. We needed 4 to bring 9 into 8. We needed 4 into 5, 4 into 6, 4 into 7, for 7 to meet 8. Look at your deck of cards and check out the number 4. You'll understand. 2021, we're in 2015 right now. 2015 is T and O, overtime timeout. We can go 1202, which can say low, low V, because you turn it upside down. You turn it the other way, it's the low life. You turn it right side up, it's the high life. They made it the way they did. Your perception and belief and expression will tell me how you feel of what they have done. And my answer, if you tell me this is high cock and garnished, we're not looking at what they did. We're looking at the reality of how we can perceive of what they could have done to the highest level. Let's blow some wind out of Africa, transporting in seeds and plants, bringing Ebola. Clothing, the air, and the wind brings the fire. The devil is the hacker that works for the company. They hire him so they can create new ways to bust into their own secrets. But they need to hacker in order to figure out how nobody else can dissolve their program. So they hire all these hackers. You can't do it without a hacker, but it's the hacker who ruins it all. But you need the hacker to make it clean. So what do? Never have a hacker? The manipulation of the government giving green to both sides. Government. Give green, give the mint. What does the mint stand for? That's what government says. I have belived, devil is belived. Love is the velo, the bicycle that takes you on the ride of what you believe. I have been sent, 6, 7, SNS, E and I, V and X, 24 and 22, Grover, Cleveland. We enter into 5 and 9, the moon. 6 and 7, Grover, Cleveland. We have now 9. We have 1, 9, 9. Or 9, 11. Because if that was in a 10 world, 9 and 9 is 1 and 1. And 1 is 9. 9, 11. 6 and 7, SNS. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've been sent the entity, the transformation. 2 and 10, pull. 1 and 9, pull. I've been put on, no, in, O-N, N-I, in, on and in. N, N-E, E-N-E, 519, 2 moons. SNS as a 19th letter equaling to 38. R in the A family, or the 18th letter on the roulette wheel, gives me 36 numbers. But the R is in the A family, gives me one more number, makes it 37, and we have the European roulette. But A and R makes 19, adding me another letter, giving me 38 numbers in roulette. And these are the numbers in roulette board, all based off of R and coming into the 7th inning stretch of Nibiru. Number 19 is S, SNS, 6 and 7, the spirit of 76. Brought in by 1 and 9, SNS, 1919, the spirit of 76. 1776 is QR. Q is the circle with the elixir inside of it because it's sticking out and picking. I'm not going to explain that. I definitely cannot explain that part. I don't have it fixed in my head. It's going to take me a little bit of time. Is it bull? Your understanding, belief inside your own perception of how you can see and create what you wish based on what you think I'm actually doing, going with me or against me, or trying to see the difference in the possibilities, is all your own perception and understanding, forth giving onto how you give me the comment. Boy, do I sound like a bunch of crap, eh? I do this so I can broaden out my own thought, show you that there's more to see before you give an answer. So not only did we do that, but we had 3 in pool and 11, T and E. We had 2 and 12, T and T, 2, 3, 10, 12, 13, 5 of them, 5 T's, 100, 7, 6, 16, 17. So here it goes. 6, 7 is 13. 16, 17 is 33. Equals 46. Man of Zion. T, 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 T. So our perception and understanding, vision, and the difference of how we see things, okay, or how we can create even larger within our own minds, because we can't create it or phantom it, it's the phantom ghost, then we actually just cancel it out instead of just putting it aside and, okay, one day we'll have to open up and say, oh shit, I knew there was something. Because there's always something to something. Is it prime numbers or not? And if it's not, build me what's above the number that you know. 67 of the prime numbers is what more than it is. Meaning to say that what is the higher number? 67 and 67 is 134, the DC world. How is it the DC world? 34 DC, 43 DC, Barack Obama, JFK, plus George Bush, because you have to link. I'm going to show you something. Here's a book, okay? I'm going to show you the book. Here's a book, 2 sides. These sides link, okay? These sides link. So you take this book and you run it all the way in the back to here. Then you take this book, now that you've run into the 9th paragraph, you do this. 9 folds into 8. You have the whole book, but it's now folded over the story. Okay? You can fold over the next story, and all you have is one book. Look how thick it got. It's like a layered cake, and all the stories seem to pass out. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Did I finish it? Let's do it again. 6 and 7 is 13. It's under. 6 and 7 equals 42 and 13 is 55. Electric company, 25 and 10 is 35. 3 by 5, 3 plus 5 is 8 and 15 equals 23. 23 or 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 2356, and Moses was born. Of course I made it up. That's the date that I have to fix. Something has to fit everywhere. I'll take out the piece after, but right now that fits perfectly. Then we have 16 and 17, S and S. 16 is 1 and 6 is 7. 17 is 1 and 7 is 8. 18, 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So below we have 4, above we have 6. 6 and 4 is Zion of Israel, and recreates 4 by 6, 4 plus 6 equals to 34 DC. 4 plus 6 is 10. Add another 6. Okay, to DC is 40, which is the blue world. In 40, 0 gets another 6, becomes 46, and again, you're back to Israel, Zion. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. One more thing to add. When you have a 6, you have a 7 and an 8. Why? Open up the deck of cards and look. 6, 7, and 8, okay? The 6 and 7 card are both in the 8 card. That's why. 6, 7, and 8, okay? Or 17, which makes 8, changes the 8 from an E world to an S world, becoming the ES, okay, of 8 and 17. 1 and 7 equals 8. Raphael 7286, the constellation is Pegasus. And it's the 27th dog days afternoon. The red dog has come into the house. 27 and 9 is 36. We have the archangel who has stepped on the side. What will we see tonight on this Sabbath day? 9 plus 2, 7 is 9. Today is the day of Jupiter transformation. What does it mean? I don't know. Make it all up yourself. I told you what the words are. I can't do it all myself. I can only have my own perception, but I'm not sharing this one right now. Today is number 23. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 of 72 times 5 equals to 360 degrees of the 7286 of Mr. Tackpans. 2 and 3, BC world. There is 3 more days that are pending in this month of 72 hours plus today. The difference of the rest of the week is today is the balance of what it is. That's why we don't want to count it as a whole. We count it as a partial. And it's on the countdown, so sometimes there are moving parts in certain areas. There's 3 more days and 4 more days, in which 3 days until the eve of the last day before the horn is sound on October 4th to commence the reality into the Sukkot of 5775. Now it's the process. I told it was on October 4th, but it was. But maybe that's when the bell rings. How long before they step into the ring? Not too long. We'll just have to sing that song. Adon Olam Asher Mara B'Terem Kol Lifnei. What do you mean, Lifnei? Sure, I got a leaf. I got some kind of leaf in my nose. Lifnei Melech. Mixing me up. Bad vibration. I just blow her, and you'll hear the sounds coming out. Something's stuck in her nose. Me and my son, too. I got to get it out. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. I was watching Woody Carlson in 1 hour and 8 minutes. It was something about the totality of the corruption and how things were created for us to perceive. Like when you sell things, you want to sell something, you can give away, let them come in and look. If they feel like buying, let them buy. But you know what? Everybody wants to feel like they own the world. So you want them to own you. But when it comes to them buying what you have, this is what you have. Their own desire will make the sale. Thank you for watching.